By request, I was asked if I could make a Tree-of-Life pendant with smaller beads. So I wasn't sure if that meant just smaller beads or also a smaller hoop. So this tree has smaller beads and a smaller hoop. I'm using some very tiny garnet beads, some slightly less tiny garnet beads, and some faceted beads that are maybe like red agate or maybe carnelian or something. I'm not quite sure. The beads have various colors from like a deep, deep red to an almost white color. I just thought they were pretty and they looked good with the garnet. So I'm using, on the first two branches, I made a slightly shorter pattern than I did on the remaining branches because it looked like it was going to be a little bit too tiny for me. So I ended up making 7 branches for this tree. You'll see I made 6, which is kind of my standard, and then well, here we go. We take the center twomost branches and twist them together, locking around where the chain is going to go, then add the remaining branches one at a time, working your way down the trunk of the tree. And after I had added these 6 branches, I thought, nope, it needs one more. It's a little bit lopsided, it's a little bit thin looking, so I go ahead and I add one more branch at that time. And so once you have all of your branches in place, then you will separate out the little ends and wrap them around the base of the hoop one at a time to become the roots of the tree. Use your pliers to flatten down the little end so that you do not scratch yourself when you're wearing it. There, I wove that branch back between the previously 2 attached branches. Here's the last branch that I decided to add, so 7 branches in total. And I did use 26 gauge wire on this tree. The 24 gauge wire was going to be not only a little bit big for the very tiny garnets, but also maybe a little bit big for this hoop, which is a little bit smaller. And the largest beads are 4 mil, and everything else is smaller than that. So then I'm just gnarling the roots and the branches to give it a more organic shape, and then it's done. And there's a bigger one, so you can see the difference in